Hey, good morning, Voodoo. How goes it?
Oh man, it feels like I haven't talked to you in like an hour. It's
I
crazy.
know, right? Um, Dude, what a week. This is such a crazy week for Potluck Labs. We've been having some awesome conversations with some big players in the space. We got some awesome launches coming up. To be honest, it's two of our favorite ones, I think. Like we got Teens
Yeah.
on Acid, and our creatures. This is what we've been waiting on.
Yeah, man. I'm super fired up for both. I'm excited. I'm actually a little mad because Avax is like up 15% today and I hadn't bridged over the funds yet. So now I gotta take the hit. But definitely bridging over enough to try to get I'm being honest with you guys. I'm trying to get two full mints in there. I'm trying to. Now, I think actually when I said that, we'll talk more later. But I think we're actually just going to allow five per transaction. So I'm trying to sneak four in. I'm trying to get me 20. I've never been able to get more than 10 of one of our projects that mints out quick. But I want to have the funds available just in case. So I'm super stoked, man. Avax
Uh,
does not know what's coming.
so exciting. It's funny we say that, but I think they're starting to get the idea. Uh, to be honest, I'm really excited for this mint party because
Yeah.
this might be, well, it is going to be the most mixed mint party. Like, I think we're going to have a good chunk of AVAX people in there wanting this project. And then I think we've
Yeah.
got all of our Phantom people coming over for the second opportunity at Astro Kid.
Yeah, I hope that's the case, man. I hope that we do draw because what I don't want is I don't want to at the end of this launch look at the amount of new wallets and there be basically no new wallets. That'd just be the phantom people that went over and bought on AVAX. That's not the goal and intention of this. But I know a lot of people are going to just simply because they either didn't get in on the mint and the floor is so high now, so they want to capitalize, or they're like, man, I made a ton of money getting in on this mint, flipping some, or I've been holding them, and so I understand the phantom crowd coming over, but I hope we get at least 100, 150 new wallets right off the bat from the AVAX side, just for our ecosystem in general. I mean, that's kind of the goal is to not just bring phantom people over there, but also to bring AVAX people into our family. So
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think even having these, the AMAs with the 2+2 group, I think that's going to be big. You're going to have ETH buyers coming into AVAX.
yeah.
So again, I think this stuff all looks great on Pollock Labs and what we're trying to bring to the community. Uh, yeah, I'm super excited about it.
Yeah, man. So for anyone who doesn't know, 2+2 is a big Ethereum NFT project that actually their Discord has like 26,000 people in it, which is crazy. And their NFT project on ETH has over 1.2 thousand ETH volume. Okay, on secondary. That's crazy. So their community, because of one or two of their community members had come over through I think one of our Avalanche launches, and I think maybe the Rat Pack got them in originally, and so they're in our Discord, became huge fans, got us connected, and now we're getting with every project getting a chance to do AMAs in their Discord to sell them on Potluck Labs, on Phantom, on Avax, on these faster, cheaper networks that have incredible NFT opportunities. So I'm bullish on what it's going to do for the overall ecosystem. I think this has always been part of our goal is to do things that will bring buyers to Phantom. And you wanted to mention some of these projects that have been minting out. Dude, Phantom projects are just minting like crazy right now. Like the ones that have been stalled out for months are minting out. New ones are coming on the scene, minting out right away, and it's obvious that the number of wallets is growing. And I think that was my biggest concern, and yours too, was that are we just going to keep doing the same projects to the same wallets? And after two, three projects, we were worried like, man, do we have are all these to the same three, four, 500 wallets? And now that we're up to over 1,700 wallets, I'm hoping that we'll cross 2,000 after this week's. I believe we will. It's obvious that that's not the case. That it's not just the same people. That more people are coming in. So I think that's bullish for the whole ecosystem.
No, you're absolutely right. Like we have, it's been so cool to see. Like new projects coming onto the space that are minting out. We've had generation twos of projects that are minting out. It's super awesome to see, man. Like the whole NFT Phantom ecosystem is just riding this wave right now. And again, it's we're just going to see more and more buyers. When you see the amount of wallets that are buying NFTs on ETH, and we watch the Super Bowl and seen the commercials, the amount of capital that's going to be coming into the space, going to be looking for NFTs. We see the Byte Masons and the financial NFTs like IDO airdrop concept, which has caused a whole stir in the NFT market. Like this stuff is only going to keep snowballing. And the idea that there's a lot of collectors that are moving away from ETH and want to try out these small chains, and the fact that we as Potluck Labs are going to go put ourselves on all of these chains to get the name out there. I'm bullish on us. I'm bullish on our artists and the collectors that we have.
Yeah, I mean, even the conversation with Trader Joe coming to us after seeing art on Phantom, Avax, the number one Avax decks, seeing Teens on Acid, seeing Astro Kid, and looking into all of our projects, and then contacting us saying, "Hey, we're launching a curated marketplace," which means it's funny for a Dex. Dexes aren't really decentralized; they're like very centralized. So for a Dex to have a curated, meaning centralized marketplace where they get to pick who's on, who's off, it's kind of funny. But it's just like Spooky with the cats. What were they called?
The
what's the
Magic
name of the
Cats.
cat? The Magic
The
Cats,
Magic
right? The
Cat.
Magic Cats, which I'm just I've washed it from my brain because I'm mad that I missed out on the mint. Okay, so
Yeah.
um, but introducing the Magic Cats on our decks on Spooky with a 5,000 supply, sold out in seconds, pretty much. I mean, within a few minutes, it was sold out, um, and that's the power of exposing a massive amount of DeFi users to NFTs on a platform that they know how to use and they're familiar with, and that they trust with all their money, with all their currency. So when you think about that and having the option for our projects in the future, they're launching mid to late March, for our projects to be featured and sold secondarily directly there. Maybe not all of them, but some of the key ones, including the Acid Cats for Teens on Acid. I think that's gonna change the game. Like when that happens, and there's 1,000, 2,000 new wallets that come on board that have never been into NFTs before, but they got into our projects because of that platform. What's going to happen? What's going to happen when they start bridging over? Because Trader Joe has a super strong relationship with Spooky, and so you can actually stake Joe on Spooky and earn Joe, I think, on Spooky, and vice versa. So there's already a relationship there that says, hey, it's okay when you're using this platform. It's a good thing to bridge over to Phantom, and it's a good thing to bridge to Avax with this. And so I'm just like, I am so freaking excited about that for all Phantom NFTs, but obviously definitely excited for us.
Yeah, well, that concept of potentially adding 1,000+ new wallets off the get go, because we've seen Beardies and Magic Cats. One of these decks is that trusted source launches an NFT project. We had the conversations with the whole NFT community of Phantom, and it was like, hey, did you get a Magic Cat? Nope. Who the hell got the Magic Cats? And it was all these DeFi users, and that is just incredible, especially for our space. And you get into the idea of like we're seeing these creatures of the cave Gen 1 floors start to slowly climb. What happens when we get another 2,000 wallets? Like
Yeah,
this stuff starts to get
it's gonna be
crazy.
awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Well, let's talk about some before we hop into the three big projects of ours we want to hit today. I know you want to give some shout outs and some congratulations to some of these projects that have just recently minted out this last week, and obviously we'll forget some and not be able to mention them all. But yeah, which ones do you specifically want to give some credit to?
So there's two congratulations I want to give out. One, these are both Gen 2 mints that were successful. Phantom Boy, Visionary Boy, congratulations on your Gen 2 mint out. Uh, I'm so bullish on that team. I don't know if you've seen their new merch website. Billboard up in Hong Kong, like that team is doing things. I'm super bullish on them. And then I also want to give shouts, congratulations to the Pixel Doodle Punk team, who just finished their Gen 2 launch. Uh, Again, completely different art style from the Gen 1. Really, really enjoy it. Seen a lot of PFPs out there, but those are the two kind of congratulations that I want to give. And then off of that, I also want to just shout out to all of our Goth Prom participants. I was having a conversation with Funeral this morning on our Twitter Spaces, and we've only got 40 Riot Scullies that ended up coming out of Goth Prom. So if you got your hands on a
That's
Riot
unreal.
Scully, congratulations.
So, so when you say there was only 40, does that mean there was only 40 wallets that held both a Scully and a Riot Ghoul, or is that
Yep, yep.
that's
So
crazy?
now L is gonna be launching something for if you hold. It sounds like if you hold a magical ghoul and a Scully. If
Ooh,
that's your date night, then you'll be rewarded on her end.
well,
But yeah, only
looks like I'm
40
getting
Riot
in.
Scullies. Yep.
Yeah, well,
And then
obviously
my
you're
last
one of
my
the
last little shout out was
yeah.
happy belated birthday, Teens on Acid and Queen Human.
I know. I can't believe that Teens is 55. Like when I found that out, unbelievable. Everybody, give Teens a shout out. 55 years old. Put it on Twitter. Let the world know whatever he's doing down under. That skincare regimen, it's impressive. So I think a lot of people think he's like in his 30s, but man, 55, looking great. So yeah,
And you're celebrating a birthday
that's
in a couple days, Voodoo. You made sure to mention that to me.
yeah, yeah,
Looking
21,
forward to that one.
21.
So
So
what's that? That's Thursday?
21
That's right
years
in between
old.
our 2 minutes?
Um, yeah, yeah. So I'm actually with Plot Twist. We are driving down to meet Sarge for some birthday shenanigans. And so, yeah, we're meeting halfway. So I'm taking Plot Twist as my driver. And so I can have some fun. But yeah, we're meeting Sarge. I'm going to collect my physical and Teens on Acid's physical from his Open Sea collection, where I bought his number one first ever piece. He's got a physical for me. And then we're going to be talking about the collab project between Phantom Punks and Potluck Labs that I'm super excited. But I think mostly we're just going to hang out and have fun. So I'm just saying these business things, so it's a write off when it comes tax time, IRS.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Oh, no, that's
so
exciting.
yeah,
Good.
yeah. So honestly, I just had a hard life. I'm 21. I look 40, but I had a hard life growing up. So don't judge me. You want to get into the topics?
Yeah, let's do it.
Awesome.
All
What
right.
do we got?
So let's start. So we're starting with what's minting. So I've got a couple here, and I see him in the chat. One of the legends in the space, Selic, uh, Phantom Wheels, dude. That's one of the kind of the OG projects. That was out in September. It's just been slowly minting. We did a price drop recently. Feels like collecting Hot Wheels on the blockchain. Uh, I love it, man, and I'm really excited to try to mint him out over the next week.
Well, I know you had said that earlier in the Twitter Spaces that it's like Hot Wheels again, but for me, because we talk about how teens is, yeah, I really believe the Acidverse is like a brand that's going to evolve beyond the NFT world. Like it could be a TV show, it could be a cartoon. Like it has potential. It could be a clothing brand. When I see that, my kids watch the car movies all the time. You know, Cars one, two, three, however many cars there are now. And looking at those designs and then the actual cars, I'm like, whatever Celica's design is similar, but it's better looking. And so we need a Celic cars. And you know, Disney, hey, let's pay attention here. We need to take this brand somewhere. And I'm not just pumping my bags because I bought a bunch. I minted a bunch yesterday. I'm not just pumping my bags, Disney, but let's get that going. So super awesome
Love
art.
it.
I'm excited for him because he's incredible community member for Potluck Labs, but just incredible artist in the space. And it's nice because same thing happened with the Scullies. It was a project that literally had been stalled in the 400s for a while, the 3 400s, and then the community finally catches on to like, man, this is an OG project by somebody who's super, not just influential, but like gives of themselves 100% to the Phantom NFT space. And so it deserves to be minted out, you know. And I love just seeing the community finally rally around something like that. So yeah, props to Selic. So
No, absolutely. A couple other projects I want to talk about minting out. Let's get GameFi. So we got the bobbleheads. We've got our big partnership with the bobbleheads team. They're currently minting. Definitely go start stacking them. We got weaponized countries. So not only are they minting right now, buy one get one free, but the game launches today. So I'll be playing that later on a live stream. Super excited about that one. So go get your cards. They're still minting. And then the last two I want to mention, Phantomons. Go catch your Phantomons. They're still minting. We're over the 3,000 mark now. You need a trainer to be able to mint Phantomons. So you can go on secondary market and pick up a trainer. And the last one I want to mention minting still is kind of one of my favorite OG projects that doesn't get enough love. Titbits from Nipple
hmm.
Labs. Uh, one of the first mints on Phantom that is still currently minting.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you that we cannot afford to get banned by another social media platform. We can't afford it. You can't be saying things like titbits on YouTube right now. Okay, you just can't do it. We can't afford it. Tinfoil, you're a liability
Uh,
right now, man. Being crazy.
crazy, crazy. So that's what I got for the what's minting.
Man, also that I don't even know the name of like super long, but the one that just made it's the zombies. They just made you the honorary
Phantom
haunted
frat
house.
house. Yep, Phantom haunted frat club.
There you go. I knew. I always am like confused on the acronym, but that's it, man. Super cool and unique, and just a case study maybe for some of you who are looking into your own NFT projects, to make, because this isn't even their main project, but to make something that's great art that also has utility, as kind of the placeholder for all your future mints. I just thought was super cool. Love what that artist, zombies doing in the space. I think he's like a one man team, but absolutely killing it. So if there's anyone else on the team, sorry, I don't know you. So, but I would give props to anybody involved there. It's been pretty epic. So
Yeah,
we doing
absolutely.
hidden gems, or is that kind of was a
Yeah,
hidden
let's
gem?
get into
So
some.
we can.
That,
I don't know if it's
yeah, that
hidden.
is.
It's sold out now. It's killing it. So
So it gets interesting. The hidden gems is a good one because of what is kind of happening with the Byte Mason stuff. Uh, there's a lot of these cool OG projects that are getting swept up like crazy. Um, and to me, they're big opportunities because not only are they're the OG projects that some of the floors have catered, but now they're getting swept up. I just kind of see that there's going to be staying power with that going forward. So I want to touch on some of the OGs that are kind of getting picked up here. I don't know if you noticed, Ernesto's have been getting swept. We're maybe less than 15 away from getting back to the mint price. Uh, and Ernesto delivered everything they promised. We got wifes, we got little Nestos, we got a game. The game is working for Ernesto holders. So I'm kind of bullish on them going forward. Then for if you want to own an Uman piece, the best opportunity you have is the Brewmaster collection. Strange Brew NPC 60 and Uman. That's an OG project. It's an OG collaboration between two legends in the Phantom NFT space. I think the floor is around 130 FTM, but that's the cheapest you can get Uman art for. And the fact that it's a bunch of beers and stuff, I think is hilarious.
yeah, yeah. I didn't realize it took me a long time to like whenever somebody mentioned it. Once the ancestral Uman started going crazy, might have been you mentioned that that was an Uman project, and I never realized I would have bought way more of those when they were cheaper if I would have
I know.
realized that she did the art, because it's totally different style and everything. But I think that's what's cool is, even owning something like that is, owning something that shows that your artist has diversity and that they are multi-talented in their approach to their art, and so super cool. So.
And they've actually added like a utility to those. You can stake them in the BitGems protocol, and I guess it uses the ingredients of the NFTs, and then you can create a new cocktail. Uh, I don't
How
think
is
many
that even
people have been doing
possible?
that. No
No,
idea.
I haven't been doing it.
But
I didn't even
that's
know.
MPC 60 is just such an innovator, man.
Yeah, what a freaking genius, man.
Yeah,
That's wild.
yeah.
Trying to think of some other hidden gems. I saw somebody mention in the chat Phantom Pekong. I think Phantom Pekong, the Pekongs for one Phantom are they're like my all-time favorite one Phantom project. I just think it's awesome. I think the lore behind it is awesome. I think that he's awesome as far as what he stands for and the things he's tried to do to help his country and his community. Um, and I think it's a 10,000 mint. And so, but I think it's at about 4,000. But the reason I think that's so special, it's such a special place in my heart is back when I was like just even building my following at all I would do to support Potluck Protocol and Fang and try to get people to retweet our posts and stuff was I would just do giveaways where I give away like, the first 50 people who would retweet, I give away a pecan. And I think total I bought about 500 pecans and I have two in my wallet. And so, it's a great I see it every day on Twitter. I see people tagging that this is their first ever NFT was because they saw it was one Phantom and they thought it looked cool and it makes a great PFP. So if you're not a big baller, you want to just get into the game a little bit, switch up that PFP from like real life stuff to an NFT. That's a great entry point. So
Yeah, 100%. Another one that I think is super underrated, and I've noticed this cool new buy and burn mechanism, the Pepe Tarot cards. So this is one of the OG projects. Pepe Tarot Additional One minted out literally in seconds. I failed. I had two transactions fail. Wasn't able to mint one. But they've got two generations out and they're doing a buy and burn process. So they've got a website where you can actually do daily tarot readings and you pay a small fee depending on if you're a holder or not. Um, and they're taking all the secondary revenue sales plus the tarot reading sales, and they're buying and burning the floors of both collections, the edition zeros and the additional ones, which are both low supply collections in the first place.
yeah.
So to me, incredible art, uh, kind of a historic prevalence in the space, and now the supply is getting crunched.
I like that. Um, I think deflationary supplies, however you do them, is obviously scarcity. Scarcity causes FOMO. That's why when projects mint out and they mint out quickly, a lot of times people get really excited real quick and start FOMOing into it afterwards, and the price keeps going up. But anything you can do to deflate the supply in the future, I mean, obviously, demand should outweigh the supply and price should go up. So those are some sick projects. I don't own any of the first editions, but I always look at them. I'm like, man, maybe I should just get this one, but I never can decide. So maybe you can tell me and give me some alpha on which one I need. So.
Um, so I do, before we jump into kind of our lab stuff to finish off the show, I just want to bring up everybody's got to go to Tombhead's Twitter. Tombhead's posted this morning. So I don't know if you've heard about the Phantom NFT Underground Award show we're doing. Essentially, the Phantom Developers Conference did an NFT show. Uh, we have just always in the community felt that we're not getting enough love in the NFT side. So
Mhm.
Tombheads and team has been organizing a massive award show, fully voted on by the community. So he had a tweet out this morning. We're going to be doing revoting because this marks essentially when the show happens, it's going to mark the 1 year anniversary of the Phantom NFT space. And because of the unbelievable success of recent projects, they should be included in this first year of Phantom NFTs. So we're going to be doing a whole revoting. So if you're a project, you're going to have to submit your token. Um, if you're a voter, obviously you got to go vote. But I'm really excited about that. But everybody's got to go to Tombhead's Twitter and go check out that tweet thread and share the hell out of it.
Yeah, I'm a little frustrated because I had made the finals. and now that there's so many more successful projects, I think that I peaked. I think that I peaked, and I think that it's over for me. So, no, I'm actually really glad because no, when they did the voting, Potluck Labs didn't even exist when that started. So we had not had our first project yet. So it's crazy to think. I don't know if there's a category we could even be entered in, but I hope so. And I've got a sick token that I have made by by Aspen. It's an MP4 video of a bat flying in with a fang chain. Like it's totally sick. So if somehow we can be nominated for something, guys, we got a sick token. So I will bribe you. I will do whatever it takes to influence the crowd. We'll give free projects away. It's going to be crazy. No, I'm just kidding. Half kidding. Half kidding. So. I'm very excited about it. Nothing. There's not been anything better, I think, for the community, the NFT community, than what Tomb has done. So
Well, it's really cool. And Selick brings up a point here. I was a little bit worried in the beginning of the OGs potentially getting crushed by the newcomers here. Uh, I don't think that's going to be the case because this whole token thing is interesting because I imagine you're going to have a bunch of people that just kind of want to shill their bags. Um, so they're going to be voting for some project that probably doesn't deserve to be in there, uh, to try to win an award. I don't know if that's going to be the case because when you vote, you're minting uh, the art from or the token from the artist. So like it's kind of an opportunity to get a piece from an art. Like even if you don't own one of these artist pieces that is big in the space, it's an opportunity to just put a vote in and get a piece of art from them. So I think that's a great way to kind of put away the shillers a little bit.
yeah, yeah, that's good. Because I was thinking if I think you can vote for like everybody if you want it, which kind of cancels out the importance of your vote because if you vote for everyone, your votes didn't make a difference. But now you paid like one Phantom or whatever it costs for the transaction, and now you have tokens from them all or like NFTs from them all. So that will probably be the approach I take if that's what you can do,
Mm,
because
mm,
I want them all. I want to collect them all.
fair.
So, well, let's talk labs projects. We got a lot to discuss here.
I
A lot.
guess we'll
So,
start with Rat Pack.
um, yeah. Let's start with Rat Pack. So this is what's happening with Rat Pack on Avax. It's if you want to still mint, there's still time to mint. We dropped the supply down to 1,000. They're zero point 0.8 Avax. I don't know. We're somewhere just south of 900, so a little over 100 to go. And we've already done a snapshot of people that purchased so far, and we will be whitelisting them all. I was going to do an airdrop, but then I realized Avax doesn't have an airdropper tool, and the gas fees are higher to do the transactions. They're not a lot higher, but doing the mass transactions, they're pretty high. So what we're going to do is just have a mint site for a different collection. Not going to announce it here. I'm going to announce it when the website is live later today. But everybody who bought as of 2.5 hours ago will be able already whitelisted to be able to go on and mint however many rats you have. You'll be able to mint that many of this free collection that we're dropping. It's not rat related. It's another Potluck Labs collection. So super excited about it. Totally secret alpha right now. But if you go mint now, from now to the end, like you missed that snapshot, once all of them are minted out, we'll whitelist the remaining 120 or so that needed to mint, and then they'll be able to get on. So I'm guessing that once people see this free collection, it will mint out, hopefully today as people get excited about that, or maybe after the Astro Kid launch when we're on Avax. Got a lot of people who didn't get to mint have some extra. So yeah, super excited about that. So 1,000 is the cap. You're gonna get airdropped 1-to-1 at a ratio, a totally new collection. So if you have 5 rats, you're gonna get 5 of the other one, and there will be no selling of the other collection by us. So it's a totally free collection, which means you're gonna have all the value in the secondary market, just like we did with Goddess of the Cave. And so we're super excited for people to get to experience some more art by us. And that project didn't do as well as we hoped, but still we're almost at selling out 1,000. We're in a community where we had no name, nobody knew us. We it wasn't the typical thing that people do on Avalanche is just come over. I mean, the Mingos did it, and it took them a little while to mint out as well at 777. So I'm proud of what we accomplished there, but it's just the beginning. So
Yep. No, absolutely. Yeah, I like the kind of the way
well,
we're doing that with leaving it up to minting out the rest of the rats, because I do think that that causes uh, a bit of a FOMO. It's like, oh shit, now all of a sudden it's 2 for 1.
yeah. Yeah, I thought, when you talk about it on Twitter and stuff, you're only reaching the same audience that already knows. And so it caused, when we started talking about the one-to-one airdrop, we got a few buys, but not that many. But I think once we do this mint and then it's live on their marketplaces and things, and then people realize, how do you get this? Oh, I could actually go get one of these for free by minting a rat. So 2 for 1, of
Yeah.
course. So I don't see it not selling out right away. So super excited. Um, but then other projects, man, we have we have something coming for the pigs and the strange ones. So the pigs were abducted by the aliens. Aliens have done something to the pigs. We posted a few pictures of just amazing, amazing artwork. Same artist who did the strange ones did the pigs, and they're basically, they're going to come back, and we're going to have another mint for these. I'm super excited. They're they're incredible looking. It's by far the best art he's put out, and the potluck pigs have done amazing, anyways. But we'll do a reduced mint price for everyone who owns both a pig and a strange one. Which, unless you sold your strange one or sold your pig, that would be all the same people because we airdrop strange ones for free to pig holders. So yeah, super excited. We'll do a reduced mint price for them, so it won't be all Potluck Labs holders getting it. So it might be like, I'm thinking it's going to be 25 Phantom for them and then 35 Phantom for the general public, or just everyone else who doesn't own both a strange one and a pig. So strange ones are still some cheap on the floor. If you only hold a pig, the pigs, they was pretty high, and then somebody dumped a bunch, and then they bought them back up. So I think it's around 30 Phantom right now. But that roadmap is incredible. That project is or
Yeah.
that whole ecosystem is slept on right now. So I'm excited
No,
about that.
I
Then
love I love our pigs, dude. Like that was it was a cool Twitter moment, man. You like the pigs were everywhere on Twitter after that mint. That was a lot of fun.
they were, and now we kind of take that for granted because that's happening with like every project. But that was one of the first times like I had really seen it, just in my followers. Obviously, this happens with every project with their followers, but where like my whole Twitter feed was just people rocking your PFP because of the supply, and the price was so cheap for 3D art. It's really the first of its kind on Phantom for 25 Phantom each. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
super excited. Goddess of the Cave. We've still got to launch Goddess of the Cave on Avalanche. We have a bunch of traits that we didn't release in our free mint on Phantom, and so super excited. We've got that, and then we have Gen 2, which in our Discord you can see some previews for Gen 2. It's more the dark side character, even though the goddesses look kind of dark to me. But this is like, that was the light side. This is the dark side. Super excited about that. We have Bonono doing a 3D project with us. So he's working on the art. We're going to release 750. It's going to be a small supply, 750 on Phantom. And then we'll be doing 750 on Avax. And oh man, once we start leaking that art, people are going to go crazy. So I'm holding the alpha. We got to hold all the alpha on what it looks like so people will spin their fannies on what we have right now, right? Um, and and then we have Necro. I'm not going to say his last name, but or the last part of his name, Necro FUX, who made his debut on Tombheads this weekend, and his pieces absolutely killed it. Coming over from OpenSea, and he's doing a generative with us, so super excited. And then next week we'll have Jack Schur with the Dead Family. We'll have that next week. So I mean, we just had so much. I probably didn't even mention some of the projects that we have coming, like very soon, but that's just kind of the immediate future, and then some of the new signings that we have. So, any other thoughts on that? Or are we good to go on to Astro Kid?
No, I think we're gonna go on AstroKid. There's so much. You gotta like it's beneficial to just hold our projects. And with the labs token coming, with the utilities, we're gonna try and bring the labs token. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to just hold on to the labs projects.
Oh heck yeah. I'll release. I think I posted it somewhere yesterday. I did post it, but I'll post some previews of what's being worked on for the website to hook up the Labs token and start claiming it. That should be live by the end of this week, where you'll start earning Labs tokens for every single project. And if you're like, well, what do those do for us? We've done two special editions of NFT Alpha with both bobbleheads and weaponized countries this last week. Go catch those episodes where we talk about some of the utility. But we're also going to have raffles for giveaways, raffles for free mints, all types of things that you just use your tokens that for just holding NFTs in your wallet, and so you don't have to stake them anywhere. You don't have to stake them and risk that that contract risk that comes with staking them on a website. It's just reading what's in your wallet, and then you'll be able to go straight on our Potluck Labs website and click claim whenever you want and claim all your Labs tokens. And then we're going to have incredible game nights, incredible giveaways that you'll be able to use it for. Super excited. Already have multiple people approach me to say, hey, do you guys need anchor investors in this? Do you need some of that big funding to start? I was like, no, it's not going to be traded. It's just a utility token, because people see the value in what's coming with the Labs ecosystem. That
Yeah.
people are like, how do we
Yeah.
get in on this? You get in on it by just owning our projects, and it's not meant to be traded like Fang is, our DeFi token. It's just meant to give you utility for your NFTs. So, but yeah, Astro Kid, talking about some other utility. It's one of the projects included in the Byte Masons IDO, like pre-IDO price. So if you own an Astro Kid on Phantom, I'm sure the Avax ones will not be included in that, but the Phantom side is. And so that's another great project you can get there. But we got the mint tomorrow, zero point 0.8 Avax. Still much, much cheaper than you can purchase one on Phantom for right now on secondary. And so, yeah, bridge your fannies over, get them in AVAX. We're having the launch party at 6:30, as usual. Tomorrow, 6:30 UTC, mint at 7. You can already go to the website. It's going to be the avax.astrokidtoa.com. So we had astrokidtoa.com last time. This one's avax. So the website's up, it's ready to go. So we're announcing that ahead of time because apparently on Avax, like if they don't know you and you're not releasing your website, they don't like that. So we're sorry for doing that with Rat Pack. We'll tell you the website ahead of time so you can go there. But the main party is going to be awesome. We're also excited. I'm just excited. Like we talked about it earlier. I'm just excited to see what it brings in, the new people into the community. And I'm excited for people in AVAX to come experience their first AVAX mint party in our Discord, because the last one we did in the Mingos one, and this one, I'm excited for us to get to kind of control the environment and just put on a great show.
Yeah, I'm obviously so excited about Astro Kid. The idea that instant blue chip on Phantom, uh, for me, like there's many reasons I'm excited. One, it's the opportunity for the AVAX community to like, here you go, awesome art. Here's an instant blue chip opportunity on AVAX. But then it's also, all right. Well, if you missed out on Phantom, here's an opportunity to bridge some funds and try to get in on AVAX, and join the fam that way. So I'm really excited for both communities, to be honest. And then even the Phantom community, when you just add, another big group of wallets, another chain where these PFPs are moving around, like ideally that just brings more value back to the whole collection. So if you're any kind of Teens on Acid holder, if you've been buying the TOA cards in the Tombheads auction house, if you've been scooping up Acid Cats on OpenSea, like I think we're all just going to benefit greatly. And I mean, we had the conversation yesterday with the 2+2 group that Teens, the dude is so humble. He mentioned yesterday that he's just doing this to try to feed his fam, but there's a global brand here being built. I think everybody knows it.
Definitely.
I'm just so excited for it.
One thing I want to mention from the chat, some questions about why AVAX. We've talked about this at length in other episodes, but obviously there's new viewers every time, and you really, when you're doing something this big, like this different than the norm, you kind of got to just keep preaching the message over and over and over again. And the message is this: Phantom as an ecosystem is is incredible. Our DeFi side is incredible. Our transaction costs are incredible. The speed is incredible. The NFT artists are unmatched. The community aspect is unmatched, but we still only have a fraction of the buyers and the users that a lot of these other layer ones have. And so our goal is to, just like the Flamingos do, we want to start on Phantom with projects, go to Avax, go to Matic, go to Harmony, go to these other communities, and expose them to what we have, and also to expand the user base. Because what's happened, we've seen it already. It's been successful, not to the degree that we know it is going to be. But there's so many people in our Discord now who are like, hey, I'm from this group. I came over from Avax Degens. I came over from the Illuminati Owls. I came over from the 2+2 community on ETH. And man, I just bought this one. I just bought this one. And they're getting on to all our different projects on Phantom because they saw us going to them. So it's not just like you're putting out targeted ads or something saying, hey, come switch over to a different chain, check us out, which people don't trust. And it's not the right way. We're bringing value to them first and foremost. And by doing that, introducing them to our community. And then uniquely, what's people aren't really aware, like the 2+2 community didn't even know this existed, but multi-swap, which is if you're ever bridging funds on Spooky Swap or Spirit Swap, they're using multi-swap to do that. It's a website, huge user base. So when multi-swap bridges your funds, essentially they lock it up or burn it or whatever they do on one chain to then create it on the other chain. Okay, so it's like an accounting transaction. Well, they are doing that for NFTs, and they prove with the Flamingos that it's possible. They bridged the first ever NFT using their bridge. It's just not open for the public yet. But what most projects don't know is they don't know how to code it. They don't know how you actually write it in the contract so that your projects can bridge back and forth. So AstroKid is our very first project that is coded just like the Flamingo. So it'll have 1/3 of the supply originally here on Phantom, 1/3 on Avax, 1/3 on Matic. Then once the bridge opens, and we don't know if that's a week away, a month away, but we already know it's operational. So they just got to open it to the public. But as soon as it's operational, now you can do arb trading. You can literally go sweep the floor on Matic if it's not, appreciated on Matic, but then, maybe it's a 2x floor on Matic from mint price, but it's 5, 6x on Phantom. You can go over to Matic, sweep the floor. You can buy 20 of them, bring them back over to Phantom. But then what's going to happen is Phantom's collection size is going to increase by 20. The rarities are going to change. It's crazy, that collection size there is going to shrink. Therefore, they should get more valuable. So it just creates a lot of fun. And what we're really intending to do is to have a lot of special events and special things that we just host on the Phantom side. In the GameFi, we host on the Phantom side. So I think that's a big advantage to saying, hey, if you want to earn, let's say, Labs tokens on Phantom to be able to participate in all the GameFi, well, you're going to have to bridge that over to Phantom to get those tokens. So there's some things that we can do, but even just the awareness, what we've seen is you don't have to do some scheme to bring them over. All people have to do is be exposed to Potluck Labs and come in our Discord, and then they hop on NFT Key or Paint Swap and they start seeing what's available, and they become hooked on the Phantom side. So that's a long explanation, but I think it's important that people understand this is strategic because we want to expand the user base on Phantom, and we know to do that we have to go to them. We can't just sit around and wait for them to come to us. So.
Yep. Oh, very well
And
said, sir.
Thank you. All right, let's talk about the only reason I was excited about the show today. Creatures of the Cave 2. I'm just kidding. I'm excited about every aspect of this, but Creatures of the Cave 2 is here finally. You know what's hilarious? We say finally. It's like it's going to be 7 weeks since we released Creatures of the Cave 1.
I
So
know,
finally.
yeah.
It took us 7 whole weeks to release Gen 2 of our most epic project. Oh my God. So, but crypto moves so fast, right? It's like dog years, it's it is absurd. So I post this long thread. Go check it out. Fanny's dude and our like Chadman, our head dude up in our Discord who runs everything, man. He took my thread, thank goodness, and put it in Discord in the announcements, in the lab guide for Creature of the Cave. But I gave as much information as possible. And so let me just lay this out, and then where we need clarification or or whatever. You just asked me 10. So we're going to take a snapshot tomorrow. 9 p.m. UTC, I believe, is the time that I said for the snapshot tomorrow. It'll be that way we can talk about it a little bit at our teens mint and then give people a little time if they want to still snag a creature. But we're going to do a snapshot of all the creatures of the cave holders. After we do that, we will be airdropping 2 serums, like on mint day. We'll be airdropping 2 serums to every creature of the cave holder. So if you hold 5, you'll get 10 serums. If you hold 10 creatures, you'll get 20 serums. But then, and so then what you'll do is you'll be able to take those serums, cash them in basically on a website. So instead of when you click to mint, you'll basically it'll be taking out and burning that serum, and in return giving you a Gen 2 creature. But for the rest of the people, we'll have 2,400 for sale. 2,400 because we're giving away 1,600, and we have 2,400 for sale at 20 Phantom each. So it is an absolute steal for the art, and dude, super excited about that. But we'll also have 200 super serums, and the super serum will not be able to be exchanged tomorrow. It's kind of like the haunted frat, where it's the mint is going to be actually a couple weeks from now once they finish up the artwork, but we're going to go ahead and sell them now so that people have time to maybe sell them on secondary market and just anticipate what's going to come. But those will be 150 Phantom each, but there's only 200 supply because that'll be its own collection. The super serum creatures are their own collection. It's going to be by far our smallest collection, and so it's 150 Phantom each. But the kicker is, for the first hour. Wait, did I say first hour? No, first 24 hours. Sorry,
First
first 24
24.
hours. Yeah, first 24 hours, only Creature of the Cave holders in this snapshot, that we're taking tomorrow, in that snapshot, those will be the ones whitelisted who will be able to purchase a super serum. So you may, if you're like, man, I really want a super serum because I want one of these super creatures because I've seen what's happened with like the super serum mutants and things on Ethereum. I know that I want something that's like stands out and it's different. It's a small collection, and I think that's going to be valuable. Well, then you're going to have a creature to have a shot, I think, because I believe it'll sell out in the first 24 hours. If you get lucky and it goes beyond 24 hours, we're going to whitelist for the next week. We'll whitelist all Potluck Labs holders, just like we did for this last mint. So any Potluck Labs holder will have a chance after the first 24 hours. But I personally don't expect it to go that far. Could, but I think it's going to be gone in a minute or two. So you're minting a serum, which is its own artwork, and then you have a choice to cash in your serum. So you mint a serum for 20 Phantom, and you say, okay, I've minted it. Now I want to go here and I want to mint my creature. So I want to cash in, burn my serum. Or you could just hold on to the serum. It's going to be its own collection that's tradable in the secondary market. So for instance, all of them sell out. All 2,400 serums sell out, and now there's no more that can be bought. And then people start cashing them in. And let's say there's 2,300 of the creatures that are now available or now are in existence, and there's only 100 serums left. Well, now those serums have a lot of mystery to them. Are there rare ones? Are there super rare ones? Is it just I want to get something that no one's seen before? Because you can cash that in at any point. So I think 10. Didn't you say you might hold some of these for like a couple years?
Dude, I was about to get into this. So like there's a lot of game theory to this.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to burn any of my serums. I think I'm just going to straight up be minting, because if there's 1,600 serums, like again, these are their it's its
Well,
own
no.
art
So
piece. Or 1,600
no.
that
So
gets airdropped, sorry.
yeah, you got the airdrop. But when you say you're just minting, you got to mint serums.
Right.
Everyone's minting serums. So there's 1,600 are given away for free, 2,400 are minted, and then when you cash them in for a creature, it burns it. So if you want any creatures, as part of the mint, you got to burn a serum to do that,
Right.
right?
So yeah, so basically you essentially have to mint more
Yeah,
because as they start to get burned, like this is Aspenth. This is Aspenth art. So
yeah,
he's only going to continue to build his brand and name, and all of a sudden when these serums are down to 50 pieces, uh you know, that to me that's its own value prop. Like I want to just
yeah,
have a serum just to have a serum. I don't even uh whether there's the mystery behind it or not of the creature. That serum is its own art piece. Like
yeah.
there's a lot of effort went into that thing. So I'm super intrigued to see how this all plays out. But that I think the benefit that we're giving to the Gen One holders to be able to mint the super serums 24 hours ahead is massive. And then like essentially a week for labs holders, like it's just there's a massive benefit to that. I think that is probably going to be our most valuable collection
Yeah,
that we put out, just with the supply, the art, the combination of the two artists. You know, I'm going to be minting as many of those things as possible.
it's hard to imagine for me a floor on the super serum creatures once they're revealed, like once people cash those in. It's hard for me to imagine a floor of less than 1 to 2,000 Phantom. Um, I really think that's the case. But also in the mint, you have tons of rare background ones, which these sold for a ton on the previous one. Those had the most secondary value. And basically, what we did was we brought in 8 artists who are just incredible artists in Phantom. I've listed them all in the thread. Don't want to forget anyone, as I mentioned, so I don't want to like mention 5 and forget a couple. But some of the best, most accomplished artists have done backgrounds. So, and then you'll have the backgrounds that Hex and Nimbus did are incredible in their own right. And so, you've got a chance to get some rare pieces by some of the other biggest artists on Phantom. But then we have 2 1-of-1s in the general mint. Okay, 2 1-of-1s in the general mint. And one of them is a Danetron. So we've already shared that piece. Danetron's 101 is one of the best pieces of art I've ever seen. I think it's the best looking creature that I've ever seen to this point. Incredible. And then also he's finishing up the art today. I've been like the only one, I think maybe 2 of us have seen a sneak preview of it. But Septa is doing a king mutant, for this one. And then in the super serums, you have a 1 in 200 chance of getting a Septa king zombie. So the King Mutant will be in the general mint, and then in the super serums there'll be the King Zombie. So absolutely crazy. I think the value of those is going to be unreal. And then also we included that Potluck Labradors. Potluck Labradors made a custom 101, an incredible Twitter account after we got censored, um, and they made their own bat with like a awesome crazy looking dog with fangs and everything. And so we included that in the mint, which I'm super excited about. But also, hey, just a warning, man, let people know there are 3 people who have creatures listed on PaintSwap. If those stay listed on PaintSwap, they are not in your wallet. When the second you list something, it is removed from your wallet, so you will not be included in the snapshot. So please, please, please take either buy them off them so they don't have that misery, or tell them to get them off PaintSwap. You can list on NFT Key and it doesn't pull it from your wallet. So I would highly suggest that. I would be super bummed for those people, but not that bummed because they're trying to sell it anyway. So, I'm not super sad, but help a
Get
brother
wrecked.
out.
Get wrecked.
Let me see if we have any more questions. Let's see. Yeah, we need a presentation on PowerPoint for this. You're right. So um, it is quite complicated. So one thing for people to know, and we've already made these. So this is the how does it change your first creature? Okay, so if you have a Gym One creature of the cave, you're actually going to be you're going to get the only people that are getting a character that has anything that's like it has to be similar to the Gen 1 are going to be people that hold one of the rare background pieces. So there's 43 pieces that have rare backgrounds, like it's Celic's background or Hex's background originally, or Tweak. So there's all these backgrounds. That's if you look at the rare search by rarity, you'll see all those. Those people are getting dropped not to serums; they're actually getting dropped to creatures that are on those same backgrounds. So they're going to get one with the same head and the same background, and they're going to get a zombie and a mutant. And so that's basically a super. If you want to go snag one of those, and you're like, man, I love these backgrounds. I would love to have one on Gen 2, and I also would love to have this head. If you go snag one of those rare backgrounds, you're going to get a mutant and a zombie with that background and the same head. So not like the Gen 1 head, but like if you got the demon monkey thing, you're going to get the demon bat. you're going to get the Demon Bat Head by Hex and by Nimbus in the second one. So everyone else, you'll get serums airdrop to you, and then your serums will get you either a mutant or a zombie, or maybe two mutants, two zombies. We were hoping that we'd have the ability, originally we were hoping that we'd have the ability to make sure that everybody got one mutant, one zombie, but just because of the sheer size of the collection, the coding, everything involved, we realized that's not possible. So we've mixed them all as best as possible through the mint. So when you're minting, you're cashing in your serums. Hopefully, you get one of each, but we can't guarantee that. So you might end up minting two different, of Hex's pieces or two of Nimbus's. But either way, I don't think you're going to be upset. And so the art, it's by far the best art I've ever seen at this price point on any chain. So super excited. I know that
But
we will over deliver.
to me, it almost adds some fun to it because I think there's gonna be some fun with just like trading happening. Whereas it's like if I do mint two hex pieces, like I want a Nimbus piece. Uh, so I think there's gonna be some fun trading in the Discord happening, uh, which is just it's great for the community. More community shit like that is better.
Definitely. Definitely. Um, yeah, yeah. So then even there will be, so the Gen 1 backgrounds, we already went through like those people. If you have a Gen 1 Creature of the Cave, you're going to get airdropped the Gen 1 background on the Creature of the Cave 2. It'll be those characters. But we have 8 artists who did custom backgrounds, and some of them are repeat artists, like Bush Doctor's back again, Selleck's back again. So we have repeat artists and we have new artists coming on. I think we have 5 new and 3 repeat artists. And so those will be randomly in the mint. So what's awesome is there'll be 4 creatures for each of those artist backgrounds. So each artist will have their background on 2 of Nimbus's pieces and 2 of Hex pieces, and those will end up being, some of the rarest, definitely the rarest 100 pieces in the collection. And so just so excited. There's so much to say. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, more on Astro Kid, but you need to be in our Discord. The Discord is where there's the lab guide that has like all this in print, written out. We're going to start our mint party 45 minutes before. Here's a hint. We always start at 45 minutes before, but I'm actually telling people this time we're going to start at 45 minutes before on Friday because we have so much to discuss about it. We don't want people to like freak out. The last thing I'll say is we will do the serum mints right at mint time, and then about 30 minutes later we'll give time for all that to die down. Everybody, hopefully it's sold out, we got that. And then 30 minutes after we'll unlock the super serums. So that way people don't have to choose like, oh man, am I going to miss out if I mint one or the other? And so and then somebody else, is there a preview of the super serums? Not yet. We've seen the very entry level art of it, like the concept, but I don't want to share that. I want something more concrete so you can be like super excited. But I think if you know Hex's work and you see his and you see Nimbus's work on any of their projects, and then you say, okay, this is going to be them collabing together. So every piece is both their art together. And then also it's not in the same style. So it's not going to look like the same bat with the same wings. It is going to be different. And I can't say more, but you will know. People won't wonder. I wonder if that's a super creature or not. It's 100% going to be obvious to the naked eye in about a millisecond that is something different and that's something special. So
The crazy part of that is the serum game theory still comes into play on that 200 piece collection because the super serum art by Aspenth is also incredible.
dude,
And you probably just want to have one of them as well that you don't even turn into your super mutant. Like,
yeah, no, I
awesome.
love it.
Love it.
I do love his art, but I'd be turning that into super. I can't do it, man. I don't know how. It's like with sports cards. Okay, like back in the day, collected sports cards growing up, and once you knew that there was a like, all right, the King Griffey Jr. rookie card. Remember that. Everybody wanted the King Griffey Jr. rookie card. It had tons of value with baseball cards, and so I forget if that was like 92 Fleer or something, or 89, one of those. But basically there's this box where that had the most valuable rookie card. So we bought a box of them, like the whole box. So we have a box. And then my dad is like, you can't open that box of cards. I was like, what are you talking about? I can't open the box of cards. He's like, it will have way more value if you don't open it. And I'm like, I want to find the King Griffey Jr. rookie card. He's like, I know, but the chances are you're going to open all those and it's not going to be in there. But if they're unopened, the value is going to keep skyrocketing as long as his card, because the possibility of getting one is what people
Yep.
want. And so I would take that same moral of that story, because it was correct. There was no King Griffey Jr. rookie cards in there, and now you can buy a box set of that for a lot more money if they're still available. So that the game theory is real. And imagine this. Imagine that out of the super serums, 150 of them are revealed. People have cashed them in, and there's 50 left, and there's still the Septa piece has not been
Yep.
found yet.
Yep.
Imagine that. You just go through some of this theory and you're like, okay, yes, I could see where I might need to buy a few so that I can scratch that itch of I need to see what this is going to be. And so I'm just excited, man. It's going to be an incredible experience. So, yeah, I think we need to be done. We've talked too much. We've gone
That's
over
awesome.
time. We thought it was going to be a short episode. But I'm so excited about this. One last thing on AstroKid tomorrow. We are doing I mentioned it earlier. I actually did, but just want to reiterate, 5 per transaction. So instead of 10, we're doing 5 to hopefully give every single person the opportunity to at least mint once. But we still want it to sell out right away. But I want people you can't say, hey, I had no chance, because, you know, there's a pretty
I
small
mean,
limit on that.
yeah, I mean, even if we didn't have the limit, there's a chance that you wouldn't have got through a transaction at 10.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, well, I mean, just so everyone get frame of reference, if you weren't around for the Astro Kid mint, I minted 10. I was the one announcing the website. Okay. I announced the website, so I have an advantage. I'm on there. I refresh the page, I connect my wallet, I mint 10, I sped up the gas, and my mint went through in the 750s. Okay,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
750 people got their mint through before me. So
Yeah.
we're just going to slow it down, not a lot. We'll slow it down just a tad by allowing 5 per transaction. But we still like fast sellouts because that also creates FOMO. But we also want to spread out the wallets more. We would love for there to be 350 wallets that get one right off the bat versus 250. So hopefully it works. It gives people a little more opportunity, but hey, we're excited. We'll see you at the mint party tomorrow, and then on Friday. It's a busy week, man. I'm excited.
I'm loving this.